this is Lorene. I had a lot of people ask how I was making my self-watering raised beds. So I just wanted to show you, I have some at different stages and I wanted to show you how I did it. So if you look in here, I've got some different stone at the bottom to raise it up a couple inches, and that's because I couldn't find, in time anyway, 6-inch perforated tubes. And I'm going to be putting these at the bottom. So these are 4-inch. So I put in 2-inch of these stones. And let me just show you how it looks when I put them in here. So this is a 6-foot bed by 2 feet by 2 feet. So you want them perforated, of course, because the water can seep out, get into the sand, which we're eventually going to put in there. So these, I'm trying to remember how much. So the tubs cost about $170 a piece. I got those at Murdoch's, and then I got these over at Home Depot, and I believe these are about 13 something a piece. And you don't have to cut them. You just want to link them in here. So the way they link is just like this. Okay. And it doesn't want to work. Always when there's a video, it doesn't want to work. That's pretty normal. Okay. I'll get this in here first and then my daughter's laughing at me. Thank you.
Always here to give my support.
Wait, so you have to help me build that stone wall.
Wait, what?
All right.
I don't remember agreeing
It's
to that.
pretty simple. I do find that they want to bounce up. So I do zip tie them sometimes if I'm having that problem. And I might do that here just to keep them in place. Zip ties are the answer to everything, right? And duct tape. One, and then let's see if this just cooperates here. More or less. Okay, so now what you want to do, I've already pre-cut this. This is was a 25-inch piece, and you can see it's just cut like this so it's not flat at the bottom, or when you're going to stick it inside the tube. This is where you're going to be pouring the water in. And you can see I already have some that are stuck in there, and that's what it's going to end up looking like. And I did use this metal grinder to do that. This was pretty cheap. This was about 45 bucks. And to cut these, I got this wonderful tool. for 1.25 inch tubing. Cut that. There's really not too many things you need to make these. What I'm gonna do now is just cut a hole in here with a knife. So it cuts pretty easy. And then you're just gonna stick this with the angled side down right into here. Sometimes I've had it where it doesn't want to go, and you just have to cut it a little more. But I have it cut pretty well. So there we go. Okay, now the next piece of this is to put the landscaping paper over it. But first, I'm going to put a couple pieces at the ends of my tubing to keep large amounts of dirt and sand getting in there just in case. And the way I do that, I'm use zip ties again. I love zip ties. These are a little shorter, which is why I think I need so many, but it's what I had already. So you just put the fabric around. And then you're going to put the zip tie around it. Okay, there's one, and then I'm just going to cut it. All right, so with dirt, I think the total cost is going to be, for making these, is going to be around $280. Because I have everything priced out already. Part's all done, and then I am going to trim these again. A pair of clippers obviously work too, and that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'll just leave it. All right, so the next part then is putting the landscaping paper over it. So take this. Going to drape it over, and you're going to make a hole through here. Okay. And you push it down. So what I'm going to be doing, and I'll just show you in the other ones that are already done, is I'm going to be putting 2 60-pound bags of sand in here. So the sand is going to work as a wicking agent, and it's going to pull the water up into the soil. So water goes in here, fills the bottom of the basin, and it gets wicked up by the sand into the soil, which we're going to put directly on top of it. And so I did do a little research on whether to use rock or sand, and sand is a much better wicking agent, so that's why I chose that for these. So that pretty much covers how to do it. It's pretty simple. Rock, pipe, putting your PVC pipe in so that you can put water into the bottom. The other thing that you do want to do is have about an inch of air between your water and the rest of it. So you do want that air for some circulation. So I did drill a little hole about an inch below where the top of my tubing was, so that you can see when it's full, the water's going to start coming out. Also, it's nice to get the basin with a plug, because if the water goes rancid or bad inside of there, I can just take the plug out and drain it. So pretty simple. All right, and that's it.